Action. Quiet, we're gonna get room tone.
Quiet for room tone.
What's that?
Very real sound.
Stay by.
A good first day, we actually had to reschedule some scenes, so we didn't get everything done. So it was good.
Great job, yeah.
I'm a little sore because I totally threw up everywhere.
I'm trying not to puke.
It's sort of emotionally draining, but I am not tired at all. Like a lot of things in my life, if I'm obscenely excited or if I'm perfectly invested in something, I obsess anyway, and I obsess all the way up until it's done, and then I deal with this, terrible postpartum situation. But that's really, I'm worried about that when we get there.
There are a lot of things in the script that are real, come from real life experiences. I mean, they always say write what you know. Not that, I have the big secret that my character Jeremy has.
I've gotten much better at not having those, not building something up to the point where I'm disappointed when it's done and said and over with.
Seeing what I wrote on paper and actually having Sean and I work together and do it has gone beyond my expectation. I'm not very close with my family. They don't really know who I am or what I do. And the things that I share here and the experience that everybody is watching me go through, that to me is family.
And that's when you've got a good thing going, where the entire sort of unit is happy to just do their part. Obviously, we're all doing it for something, not just the contribution and the artistic outlet, but the other part of it, the equity of it.
It just amazes me that we got 25, 26 people here that you do become intertwined, and it's great because I don't have that.
How are you guys feeling? How did the day go?
Oh my God.
Dealing with all of this stuff and wearing these different hats, I'm thank God I've been doing this for 20 years. I personally couldn't go any further today. I just needed to...
Physically and emotionally, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I spent the day chained up again and crying, and this is what I look like today. This is what I feel like right now.
It's so disgusting.
And it was very, very draining and emotional week for me. Just making sure everybody's, taken care of. Wearing the director hat, being the actor, and worrying about other logistical things.
Do you like weekends?
Yes.
Yeah, we had to find a new location last minute. We've had a lot of things.
Rob, I've known for a while, and he was kind enough to send me the script very early on, and he asked me to consider the role of the mother, and I loved the script. I thought it was wonderful, a real page turner.
I mean, I grew up, in the 80s watching, her and what most people remember her in, like 16 Candles.
It just occurred to me that the psychiatrist had been written as an older male figure, and that this was a boy, and maybe the key to having him open up was actually a motherly figure.
So we kind of changed the role a little bit for her, and what it did was it just created this completely different beautiful dimension for the film and Caleb, and the way Caleb regards women, and Blanche was perfect for that. The great thing about working with Rob is the fact that while he knows what he wants, he also knows when he needs to go to bat, and when he can also take good a collaboration and other people's concepts and other people's opinions and really consider them. And that's one of the best things about a really good director. So that I really appreciate working with him, and he did that for Blanche.
This is Sean's first starring role in a film, and it's a lot to carry. And one of the things that I highly commend is the fact that aside from carrying a film for the first time, Sean's also worrying about the same things that I am.
It was a pleasure to work on the film. I had loved the script. Sean was excellent to work with on set, and lovely individual.
When I wrote this, I knew a lot about Sean and his background.
He really believed Sean was the perfect fit with the role, and I trusted him. And then working with him, I did see that he has these qualities.
I was so nervous walking into that stable because it's all different. I mean, even just a pound here and a pound there. But then on top of it, since the last time I was in the saddle, I probably gained like 10 pounds. You know, I ride, I spend time around horses. I wanted their shots to be beautiful. I wanted to incorporate a part of me into Caleb because the rest of it, aside from some of the emotional stuff, is just so out there. It's not, there's so little of Sean and Caleb there.
At times, he's very innocent and boy-like and charming, and at other times, he really scares you.
And that helped me come up with a lot of the backstory to his character.
Part of it is an actor being able to use themselves, and he certainly has what this role calls for.
I don't need to hear this right now.
The thing that I really enjoyed about that whole shoot is the fact that I was not in it, and I was able to work with Blanche and Sean because this is such an integral part of the film. It's the whole through line of the story. It tells the story. One of the things I really wanted to find was a jail cell with old-fashioned looking, big, clanky jails. In this state of New Jersey where we're shooting, all the police stations are now much more modern, and they got rid of all that stuff. We stepped in shit when I saw this because it was like, this, I was told, did not exist.
It was a real jail. So I spent the first hour just texting all my friends pictures of myself having hair and makeup done in a jail cell. Through the bars, getting your makeup done in jail. Come on, we gotta have that.
Tell you what, I hated that set the second we walked on it.
But
I hated it. It was way too visceral for me because there was a time in my life when a lot of people, almost the entire public, you know, who had any clue who I was in my story, believed that I belonged in a place like that.
I think that actually did something to him as an actor. The stuff was right here, and it just came right in his throat, and when he spoke, it just came out.
There's no difference between, you know, the top producer and the caterer because it's one and the same.
It's a cabin fever, you know, but you're locked away in a giant fucking house with 30 other fucking people.
Everybody is treated with a certain equality and everyone's opinion is valued.
And, you know, the crew, they're great, you know. The cast, it's all right.
There are also really long days and people really putting themselves out.
And it's been a great set in the way that we've had a lot of people fill in some blanks and take the initiative and kind of rise to other kind of occasions and other jobs and other sort of roles on set that are well beyond their sort of job description.
You can't get this, so you get that. Well, this one comes up with this idea for a set. Well, and she's in the meantime cooking the meatballs in the kitchen.
Over the past, I would say, 2 days, my patience has really been tested.
And we can tell.
This, in the back, we are not going to see for this shot, so don't go nuts.
Next to.
Don't go nuts.
And yeah, people have been able to tell, and the reason being is that I'm trying to fight for exactly what I want.
Yeah.
This week we had Hermie arrive. We were sitting one morning.
Hermie's a spider.
So we have this chick on set who really loves things like that. She's
Snakes
into
and spiders and
Yeah.
dragons and...
We had to order this certain specific type of bird-eating and mouse-eating tarantula.
And the thing is this big.
It's got to
right?
be at least
It's this
7,
big.
8 inches.
It's huge.
It's gigantic.
Yeah. I would never work with that spider ever again. Okay, I just had to say it. All right, this thing. Well, I'm not hiring him for the next movie. He's not an actor. It was like pulling teeth trying to get that thing to like find some animation.
I'm not putting that fucking thing on me, but yes, he's gonna be green screened on me.
Yeah, we shot him green screen in a tank.
And it looks amazing. I mean, we shot the thing with me just realizing that, oh my God, there's a spider on me, but there's actually nothing on me. And then we have this 7, 8 inch thing coming towards my face.
And then the next shot we did after that was taking these breakaway bottles.
You have to be extremely, extremely careful. It breaks like glass, and that's a shard that'll go right in you. And it's at avoid hitting on the head.
What I was really aiming for was the bar above his head. right? What I didn't tell him or anyone else was that I was basically just gonna hit him wherever I was gonna end up hitting him.
See what you made me do! See what you made me do! Ah!
I don't have that kind of aim, you know, like look at the, you know.
He can't because he was actually told, Sean, when you bring down the bottle, don't go like this.
No.
Don't go like this with it.
You're lying, don't lie.
Somebody tell me what's going on here.
We've been fucking for almost a year. Just tell her. Hey, go on. Tell her how you like her at the ass.
I decided to go with what my original intent was to hire a stunt coordinator.
My specialty is fight choreography and martial arts and weapons work, things like that.
Although it's a very simple stunt, again, I'm the type of person that I really have to make sure that everybody is fully taken care of.
Action.
Jeremy? Are you okay?
Seems we have something in common.
Everything we did today was fairly simple, but the challenges were she was wearing a pregnant belly, which certainly makes it a little more difficult to move around. She was also in high heels, and the struggle involved a knife.
Honestly, you know, in the real life, in the real world, that motion, that action happens in literally 5 to 10 seconds. You think it's easy, you think it's simple, but one of the most difficult, one of the most simple things in life is one of the most difficult things to do on camera. Definitely, the both of us are utilizing our backgrounds in ways that you know, a lot of psychologists would probably deem completely unhealthy.
I wrote this at a very low point in my life, probably the lowest point that I've ever been in, and I've gone through a lot of fucked up shit. I got sick. I spent 1.5 years in physical therapy, and I thought that I was never gonna act. I thought I was done.
I distinctly remember Rob's concern and anxiety regarding whether or not, you know, he was able to really rise to the occasion. I've seen virtually no shortcomings regarding him.
See what you made me do! See what you made me do! Ah!
His dedication and commitment to this has been incredible.
We just had like the big sex scene. It started off really hard, but then it got really easy.
He's probably the main reason how I got out of the worst period of my life and got to a point where I can actually finish it. And I feel so connected to him as a human being. Stop it. And I'm trying to be serious, and he's like, and that's why he's doing that, because he doesn't like me being serious.
I'm like a 12-year-old already. I can't
He's
handle
like
it.
fucking 10.
I think the joy of doing an independent film is that the director, writer's vision actually makes it to the screen.
All right. So that concludes the day. Anything else you want to say before we wrap?
Mwah!
I'm hungry.
I'm gonna go have a beer.
Bye. Thank you.
Let's go.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, so you do this closing.